In this box, we have a solution to providing power for equipment and sensitive electronics that doesn't require gasoline. And that means that it can be run indoors, in small spaces, without ventilation. It's pretty amazing. You've been asking for us to get our hands on this, and at $2,200, it's not an inexpensive acquisition by any means, but if it does deliver on its promises, maybe it's a worthy investment. This is the MXF002-2XC because it comes with 2 batteries. This is part of the MX Fuel equipment system, the carry-on power supply. This was one of the MX Fuel line pieces of equipment that was announced during the 2019 Milwaukee Tool NPS event. It's their new product symposium where they announce all their new tools. They dropped the bombshell on this MX Fuel equipment system. This was the offering, I think, that generated the most buzz. A lot of people that use Milwaukee Tool are contractors. They might just use a circ saw, a hammer drill, an impact driver. Some of the other users might use larger equipment like demo saws, cut-off saws, jackhammers, things of that nature. But this was the one offering from the MX Fuel equipment system that everyone said, hey, I could use that. Even DIYers and homeowners said, we can use this. This was the one piece of equipment that would potentially get everyone started onto the MX Fuel equipment platform. Problem was that they were very slow to release it. This was the last offering to get a price. Nobody knew what the price was going to be, the MSRP. Nobody knew when it was coming out. But now that it's here, a lot of you are considering, you're like, hey, listen, if I can use this as a backup generator or power supply, and I already have the batteries, maybe I could buy a cutoff saw as a bare tool or a breaker, because I got a whole bunch of concrete to chip up. I was going to continue to use my corded solution. When we need another jackhammer, now that I got the batteries, maybe I'll get that breaker. This is the gateway, and Milwaukee Tool's the pusher. This thing comes with 2 of the full-size batteries, the XC406 battery. So you're going to get probably plenty of runtime, but we got to get it unboxed. I know you probably want to know what you're getting yourself into. You know what's inside this box? Another box. Alrighty, we have uno, dos of the batteries. Whoa, an extension cord. Here it is. Okay, it's got a nice little roll cage on it. This carry-on power supply can generate you 3,600 peak watts and then 1,800 running or continuous watts. You should be able to run 15 amp equipment or tools with this. What are these little things? Some inset nut to receive fasteners to stub out for a Milwaukee multi-volt charger. You can see we have our 1-key emblem. We have some warning and temperature signs. We have a single, what looks to be 15 amp duplex receptacle here. We have our charge state, and then we have our battery condition, what state it's in, broken, is it charging, is it over temp. We have our inlet to power the unit as a charger. This is a power supply, but it's also a dual charger. I don't know if it charges each battery at the same time or if it alternates a little bit in this, bring it up to a certain level, and then a little bit into the bottom one. I don't know how that works. We're gonna have to find all of that out. Let's get these batteries open. For the size of these batteries, they're not very heavy. We had asked Milwaukee, like, what was the voltage of these batteries? And they told us they're not really rating these batteries in a voltage. They're more concerned with horsepower. We have a little instructions here. It says, remove before use, charge to activate. This battery requires activation to track. It says charge battery, activate, attach battery, and engage tool. You do need to remove this little plug. Down here is more instructions. You pull it up, and then you push in this lock position. You're going to want to pop this out to ship it. So you'd pop this out, and then you'd pop this back in, and then you can ship it. So I guess that kind of deactivates the battery. You need to remove the sticker before use. This is where the power supply or inverter or whatever you want to call it couples up to the batteries. We're going to pop it on. Did that activate the battery? It did not. What we should do is pop open this second battery, Might as well get it all set to go. Let's get a weight on this. This is 80 volts. You're at 10 pounds, 9.1 ounces. You're gonna wanna keep these red tabs. This is a 6 amp hour battery. The 406 is a 6 amp hour battery. 432 watt hours. So if we wanted to pop our battery off, we push here. See? Look at that. All right, let's pop this one on underneath. Let's plug in our, nothing. We won't power up. Let's get this thing plugged in for the first time. This way, we could activate those batteries. Yo, they gave you the screws to hang the charger. Pretty cool. We're gonna plug into our inlet here at the rear. If this doesn't work for you, maybe you use a longer extension cord. Whoa, one key's lit. Whoa, one key's not blinking anymore. This battery needs to charge, top battery's charging. This battery needs to charge as well. I will tell you, we went from 1 bar to 2 bars, then all of a sudden to 3 bars in no time. We're looking at 180 minutes to get this thing fully charged. Is it sequential or simultaneous? This is flashing, you know, it's waiting or timed out. Let's try to reset the battery. We'll pop it out, pop it back in. Does that make a difference? No, once again, it's just timed out. Okay, so it charges each battery sequentially. What I would think is, and I could be wrong, but I don't know. This is only at 2 bars. You would think that it would give a little bit of charge to this battery, then a little charge to this battery, a little bit. This way, it could deplete equally, and you'd get more runtime, I suppose. But I guess not. Now that this battery's charging, and now this is already on 3 bars, this upper battery's in a holding pattern. Now that we've activated the batteries, and we're charging those batteries, does it provide pass-through power? We're not getting pass-through power. You're either charging your batteries or powering your equipment and discharging your batteries. You can't be passing through power and charging the batteries at the same time. It seems. Maybe I'm missing something. But Milwaukee says our MX Fuel Carry On 3600 watt, 1800 watt power supply provides the best temporary power for the job. You can power more on demand with efficient, quiet, and portable power anywhere. The portable power supply provides 3600 peak watts, 1800 continuous watts of pure sine inverter energy, powering everything from your high demand 15 amp tools to sensitive electronics. The compact size, no emissions, and quiet operation of the power supply unit allow you to use it safely in confined spaces indoors. The metal roll cage provides you with durability for outside job site use. The battery-powered generator eliminates the cost of gasoline and doesn't require engine repair or maintenance, reducing your downtime and allowing you to get jobs done faster. The cordless generator can be powered by a single battery for lightweight portability or 2 batteries for double the runtime. The power supply can sequentially charge a CP203 battery in 45 minutes and an XC406 battery in 90 minutes. It is compatible with all Milwaukee MX Fuel Redlithium batteries, giving you the hardest working, most reliable power for equipment. RedLink Plus intelligence ensures maximum performance and protection from overload, overheating, and over-discharge. The temporary power supply is 1-key compatible. You can track, manage, and secure your equipment from your mobile device or computer using industry's largest Bluetooth community tracking network. If your power supply is ever lost or stolen, you can prevent tampering with remote lockout capability. It says runtime with 2 XC batteries. Milwaukee's claiming 1,210 cuts with a 7 1/4 circular saw, 270 cuts with a 12-inch miter saw, 55 3/4 stationary pipe threader, so you can run a pipe threader with this, 40 hot meals in a 1,000-watt microwave, 6 M18 5 amp hour batteries charged on the rapid charger, 1,200 3-inch nails with an air compressor. It says power everything from aggressive 15 amp tools to personal devices, single or dual battery operation. The great part about the 4-inch spacing is it will work with Milwaukee's dual voltage charger. You'll see on the back here, 4-inch spacing for the key mod. Boom, pops right on. It's also spaced perfectly for Milwaukee's rapid charger. Well, you looky here. we got a supercharger. And the supercharger spacing for the key mod is 4 inches. It's not going to sit flush. Now you could, I suppose, back out. Like if you have your heart set on putting that supercharger on there, you could set it out of here, and it works. I don't like it though. You have this charger over here, but your outlets are over there. Like, you know, why not just have like a little right here? We have approximately 3 hours to wait for this thing to fully charge. So as you can see, we now have 2 fully charged 4 amp hour MX Fuel batteries. I will let everybody know it did take the full 3 hours, 90 minutes per battery to charge. They charge sequentially. But now that they're charged, I'm sure you're thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. What exactly will it run for you? Let's find out. Let's plug in our Mag 77. Let's power up the unit, and let's see if we can actually cut something. Because it's one thing to have the startup watts to run the Mag 77. That's all fine and dandy, but can you actually cut something with it? Let's find out. No problem. Will it run a vacuum cleaner? Check. Can it make crosscuts through oak? Check. Will it run a microwave to heat up your lunch? Looks good so far. Did you see that? It's running now, but did you see the way it started? Let's try that again. So we're getting a little stutter to start. Okay. Maybe a larger microwave like this, no bueno. But maybe a smaller microwave would be fine. Keep that in mind. Let's move on. Will it run a space heater? So it's on fan. Let's see what happens when we put it on low. No problem. Perfect on high, no stutters at all. You will see though it is drawing down that battery a little bit. And I mean, this is literally 1500 watts. Check. Will it run a floor buffer? Check. Can we make a rip in hardwoods on a table saw? Check. Can you use it to charge your M18 batteries on your Milwaukee supercharger? Check. Or standard rapid charger? Check. Can you use it to charge your M12 Redlithium battery packs from Milwaukee Tool using their terrible M12 charger? Check. But with an asterisk. Matter of fact, there's a couple of asterisks with the MX Fuel power supply. Number one, users of the MX Fuel power supply complain of the feature included by Milwaukee Tool into this unit that shuts it down. Anytime load drops to 80 watts or below, after 1 hour, the unit will shut down. So people that are using this pure sine wave power supply to power things like smart devices, personal lighting, laptops even, that consume under 80 watts, they leave it plugged into this unit, but after an hour, the power supply shuts down, and people return after maybe 2 hours or 3 hours to find their device is dead or not fully charged. A lot of users aren't understanding why that's included. Is there an override? How do we disable this feature? Milwaukee Tool says there's no reason to disable this useful feature. What Milwaukee Tool says is limited availability to power on the job site continues to create challenges for users, often requiring hundreds of feet of extension cords on temp power or dealing with hassles of gas generators, the MX Fuel carry-on power supply is ideal for the users because it eliminates the noise, emissions, and gas maintenance of inverter generators. This means there is direct access to power within arm's reach. It is designed for small crew support, 1 to 2 users, with 3,600 peak watt power and 1,800 watts of continuous power. They go on to say, because it is much quieter than inverter generators users have traditionally used in these applications, it is possible users could forget to turn the power supply off when they're done with their applications. To help mitigate this risk, there is an auto shutdown functionality which powers down the unit after 60 minutes of it pulling less than 80 watts. Without this functionality, users risk draining their batteries if they forget to turn off the power supply. To reactivate the device, you simply need to press the arming button. For users consuming more than 80 watts, the auto shutdown timer will turn off and the unit will run until it has used all of the battery capacity. Typically, items that are below 80 watts are personal devices, low power LED lights, and low power chargers, which the M12 charger falls into. Now here's the deal. I can't imagine that you'd be purchasing the MX Fuel power supply, $2,200, and its main intended purpose for you would be to charge personal devices. I could possibly see this being an issue, but instead of using this terrible M12 charger, just use the multi-volt charger, or the rapid charger, or the supercharger. The second issue with the MX Fuel power supply is it's just a power supply. This is not a generator, meaning that once these batteries are dead, they're dead. You need to be able to plug this unit into the wall or a gas-powered generator. They do not have a solar-powered option to recharge these batteries. Personally, that would be something I would love to see. This way, you'd be enticing a wider range of people to jump onto the MX Fuel platform. It would be easier for a contractor to justify the purchase of $2,200 if they could use it indoors to power some of this equipment that we've showed you today, and they could take it with them camping or an excursion or tailgating, and they could recharge these batteries to keep the party going or the vacation going or the camping trip going. I'd love to see a solar power option, and if you'd like to see a solar powered option as well, then smash the like button. It's free for you to do. Doesn't cost you a thing, helps out the channel immensely, and it lets Milwaukee Tool know that they should get back into the R&D department and figure out how they're going to make a solar-powered option for this thing. Also, leave it down in the comment section below. Are you considering picking up the MX Fuel inverter power supply? Have you justified in your mind the $2,200? Have you already bought it? Are you considering buying it? What do you think of it? Do you love it? Do you hate it? We want to know. Leave it all below. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy, and you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, here, and maybe over here. See you later.